Hi, everyone. It's Diane Evans with stampinwithdiane.com. I'm an independent Canadian Stampin' Up demonstrator here in the interior of British Columbia. So if this is one of your first times joining me, welcome. I'm so glad that you have found me, whether you've found me on YouTube or on Facebook. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate it when you come and you watch. And just make sure that you're subscribed to my YouTube channel and you're also a member of my Facebook group. I do share an awful lot on my Facebook group. And because this is a mystery challenge, it's Wednesday and it's mystery challenge. If you do enter your card on my Facebook group, you could be eligible for your name to be drawn for either a stamp set if you live in Canada, or if you live outside of Canada. Due to the regulations with Stampin' Up, I cannot give you any product. However, I can give you a tutorial, and I have an amazing tutorial to give away this month. So it is Wednesday. It's Mystery Wednesday, and the clues today are witch, black, and trick or treat. And it's funny because it's quite easy to figure out that I am doing a Halloween card, right? But I wanted to give you free reign, and it actually is quite easy. And I did say a bonus of a star, so that's going to be fun. I love this this stamp set, and it does come with a punch for the hat. It doesn't come with a punch for the legs, but that's going to be my interpretation of witch. So witch's hat, witch's feet. I think that's pretty close to a witch, correct? I am going to go trick or treat, you're so sweet, but I am making actually a trick or treat bag. So have you seen these? These are, and they're really, really sturdy. These are and I'm going to bring in the catalog just to show you. Hello. It is found, and you know, it's so funny. You have to really look and see this, but it's Star Treat bags, and they're found on page 55 of the J to D mini catalog. So I'm going to be playing with those. And like I say, this has got the stars on it. So I thought that would be really kind of neat. Now I'm going to play around with this. I'm going to alter this bag, not alter it that much. I'm going to kind of come in and give it a different kind of a look on there. So particular one. So this is my interpretation of the mystery. Now, have you seen the dancing witch? Like it's, you know what? And let me show you. She's do this all the time. These are the star bags. So have you seen the dancing witch, or have you seen the dancing gnome? We are going to make a tag that goes on this bag, and it's going to be like the dancing, it's going to be a dancing witch. And it's really easy to do, and I hope you enjoy seeing it. All right. So I'm going to just put this one back. I have actually a piece of scrap basic white, and I'm just going to put this on the inside because I'm going to sponge the front of this bag. Now, I should go ahead and sponge all of the bag, but honestly, I thought it would be kind of cool just to sponge this part here. Now, I'm using Parakeet Party, and I'm coming in with my blending brush, and I'm going to well, we don't know. I am going to make this an eerie sky sort of thing. Now, if I want the stars to go through to the inside of the bag, I could go ahead and do that. But I am going to just go, and this happened only by accident, how I turned around and did what I'm going to do next on here. Doesn't that happen quite a bit? That happens to me quite a bit. So I'm just going to go, and we're going to get this Parakeet Party on here. And you can see when you use your sponges, your blending brushes, it's very, very important that you look at, hello, Mark. Ma, you're up early. Well, yeah, no, you're up early. But I think you're an early riser like I am. So, all right. So we've got this Parakeet Party. And honestly, I could go and do the rest of it. But I'm thinking to myself, you know what? I don't really need to do it all over. Now, that looks kind of cool with the parakeet party. But guess what? I'm going to come in with my memento. And I've got, oh my goodness, I'm going to come in and I'm just going to, and this is the part that was a total mistake. I came in and I did my black, and this is going to give me an eerie looking bag. See what I'm saying about that? But that's okay. That's what I want. I want it to be a darker bag. Well, you know what? I wonder what happened with that other part. What did I do with one? Oh, it's just over there. I'll have to get it when we're finished doing this to show you how it goes. Now, like I say, this is for a treat bag. So this is not something that you're going to do for everybody, but definitely it'll be something that you would do for somebody that's special. Now, see how that gives kind of an eerie looking back, or it's like a kind of a sky that's kind of, well, that's kind of pretty, isn't it? I guess you could use that as a stencil too. That's an interesting thought. Just going to go in and just get a little bit more on there. Frankenstein colors, yes. Okay, so we have that. So I'm going to just take this out. And like I say, I could have done it where it was lined up properly. Now I'm going to definitely have to make sure that I wash those blending brushes. I tend to let my blending brushes go, and they basically, I just tend to use the same sort of colors. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some tissue paper on the inside there. So we've got that. So now what I want to do is I want to make this a witch's hat, and I love the one with the polka dots and the striped socks. So I'm coming in and I want this to be a really good black. So I'm using my Stamparatus. I love my Stamparatus. So it's just something that if you want a really good black, you're going to need to stamp this a few times. So I'm just going to come in and I'm probably going to have to do this a couple of times. Whoops. Oh dear. Well, we're going to have to bring this over just a bit. There we go. Going to make sure I've got that right about there. There we go. All right. So then I'm coming in with my Chucky. Now remember, I do have, if you want to make your own Chucky, I have a video for that. Just go under my YouTube channel and you can see all the different the video to make your own, and it's all from recycled goodies. Well, mostly. Now we just want to get down on this side. Now my desk is quite high. I've raised it up to about 36 inches. So that's why I don't get the proper even pressure on here. See, it's not bad, but I want it jet black. So I'm going to come back in and ink that up some more. And we might do this 3 times because I just want to make sure that it's good and black. Okay. Not bad. And you know what? I'm going to come one more time and we'll get that. So like I say, we're going to do this treat bag, but it's going to be fun. Whoever gets this is probably going to play with it quite a bit. You did make your own. Oh, I'm so glad you did. You know, and I guess you could do it with a lot of things. I just think it's really kind of nice when you can make it from stuff that you've got, recycled stuff, right? And I just want that one really good and black. There we go. All right. I got black all over my fingers. So how many of you use your Stamparatus? I love my Stamparatus. Okay, so I am going to go in and we are going to we're going to punch this out. We're going to punch out some stars too, but I'm not going to, you know what? I'm going to have to cut this a little bit right here. So just let me cut that just like that because I got to move it a certain way. There we go. All right. There we go. Like I say, we don't need any of this stuff. Oh, and I moved my garbage can. Huh. Okay. And then what we're going to do, I don't need that anymore. And then I'm going to go and I'm just going to cut these shoes out. So we're going to have to fussy cut it. But I'm going to give you some hints here. One, when you're fussy cutting, make sure that you basically move the paper. Don't use the scissors. Just sort of give that pressure, right? Now I'll come back in and do some of that. Okay. I'm just going to come up. And I'm not going all the way up. I don't want two separate legs. I'm just going to come and just freehand that like that. Hello. Yes, it is. It's Stamparatus is, like I say, it's one of those tools that I just makes our stamping so much easier, especially if you're going to do lots of stamping. Or like you say, you want to make sure that this is good and black. You might want it for your positioning for your words. And I'm just going to come up here. Now, we also don't want to cut the top of these legs. We're just going to cut them straight up. So, and then we're just going to go down and cut that. Whoops, got a little close there. The other key to when you're doing fussy cutting is not cut right to the edge, like right to the image. You'll find that you'll have more luck if you leave probably about a 16th or 32nd of an inch. And you know, you don't notice it so much if you haven't got it completely to that amount. All right, I need to cut that in. And do the same on this side too. See how I'm just moving the paper and it just, there we go. All right. See, and it's not real close, but honestly, it works. It looks so much better when you do it that way. So I do have my blends. I'm going to use light pumpkin pie. I'm using the dark Highland Heather, and I'm using the light parakeet party. So let's see. I'll just color these. I'm just using the example that I did before I did this, so I don't have to think too much about where I'm putting my colors. And I'm going to put this in the middle of the band. And I've got the parakeet party out. So what I want to do is I'm going to put green stocking there. And then I'm going to do the different colors on the stocking. And then as far as the Highland Heather, I'm going to go in and put this here. That's fun. And then we'll color some of this. And then we can also go in with our pumpkin pie. I'm going to color the buckles. Normally I would color them yellow, but just to keep with the color scheme, I'm going to go in with the pumpkin pie. Oh, and I meant to do the Highland Heather on the band. But we'll come back in and do that. Isn't that fun? What a neat hat. Okay, so what I'm wanting to do is I am wanting to get, and I'm not really doing any shading with this at all. Doesn't really need it. There we go. All right, so that's about all we need there. So now what I want to happen is I want these legs to dance. Okay, so I'm going to give you the hint of how it gets done. So I did use my stylish shapes, and these are 2 colors, and I'm going to actually put my hat on here, and we're going to make a tag. And I have some Highland Heather, and they're done from the stylish shapes. But here is the dancing component. Does anyone recognize this? This comes from the candy cane dies. Now, this is not my idea. I will tell you that right now. Not this particular idea, but I'm going to show you how to do this. So we're just going to cut this in half, and I'm actually going to cut straight up to that mark right there. And then I think I've got this a little too long. So what I'm going to do is this part here is going to go onto here. And then this is going to go behind here. So I want to make sure that I've got this. I'm going to cut this just a bit more, or maybe cut this piece. And maybe this piece as well. And then what I want to do, I just want to make sure that this is going to be up high enough. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to take this part here, go to the back, and now I'm going to put glue dots on here. So let's come in with my, take your pick. And I'm just going to put some glue dots right here and one right here. And then this is just going to go straight on here. Yep. So now we've got that. Now this is the magic. So I'm going to make sure that I've got this in the right spot. Now, when this moves, and this is going to dance like this, I don't want the whites of her socks show, the white part above the sock. So I'm just going to turn that over. Oops, I just moved it. And these little mini dimensionals are going to be your friend. So you're going to go in here and you're going to put a mini dimensional right at the top of that. So it's going to be just like that. It's going to work. All right, so now what we're going to do is also put some dimensionals up here. Just going to take that off for the time being. Now that's going to go, whoops, see that's not in the right spot. Just going to move that. You don't want anything touching this mechanism there. So now I'm going to just take this off, and see this is going to go onto this purple circle. Now let's double check to make sure. So right there, yeah, won't see any of the white. And you know what? We might see a little bit here. So I'm just going to cut that just like that. And this doesn't necessarily have to be done. All right. So I'm not going to take that part off yet. I'm going to take this off. Whoops. And we're going to take this one off. Okay, so Like I say, you don't want that. You just want it to swing back and forth there. So I'm just going to put this right like that and watch. See how it dances? Now that, I don't like it coming over there too far. So I think I'm just going to go and just put a tiny little strip along there so it doesn't come completely over to that side. There we go. Whoops, the strip has to go there. I just don't, I'm not going to glue it down, but I just don't want it coming over that far. There we go. There we go. All right. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to glue this onto here. So my class, I have an in-person class. So they are going to do the same sort of idea with their gnomes, because it's the kind of gnomes that we're doing. So see how that's going to dance back and forth. All right. So on here, I want to go and stamp that, this stamp here, Trick or Treat, You're So Sweet. I'm doing that in Gorgeous Grape. Now I happen to know that this stamp set is so high up, so I'm just going to bring this down a bit. There we go. And then this is going to go up here. So let's come back in. Now what I want to do, this is a retired product, but you could use your, you could use anything to poke a hole in there, but I just want a hole up at the top. Because like I say, whoops, that's not really the top. Ugh. You know what? I can do two. It's not what I wanted to do, but I can do two. All right. So my thing is going to dance. And now what I did was I took my Fresh Freesia open weave ribbon, and I am going to bring one in to this side. And then I'm just going to cut this part off. And I'm going to bring this up through the back. And the only reason I did it this way is because I had that hole off-centered. The way I did it before was just one hole punch. But I just wanted it to, there we go. So I'm just going to have that come. And then there's this parakeet party, this baker's twine. So I'm just going to tie that around here. Let's see, where is my scissors? Well, Pam, you could always go back and watch it afterwards. This is a really cute treat thing that we can do. So this is just going to go like this. And then I'm going to tie that in a bow. Just pull that down. Okay. And then on our bag, which we've got like this, and before I stuff it, I am going to then take another piece here. And I'm going to show you how we're going to get this so that, and you know what, I could have done that with that hole. I'm just going to tie this around the back, because I want this so that if they like it so much, what they can do is they can take this tag off, and it'll be really easy for them to take off of their bag. So I'm just going to tie that in a knot. And then I'm just going to bring this back. We're going to put this through this star here. You can put it through any star, actually. Like I say, I did this way so that they could take this off. See how it's going to dance? Okay, now we're going to open this bag up. This is really a heavy bag. It's almost like a box. Oh. All right, so I'm just going to bring this through. Here. And I think what I'll do is I'll bring it through another star over here. Fiddly. There we go. And like I say, the reason for this is so that you can remove it. It would have been better going through the same star. But I'm just coming in, and then I'm just tying a knot that it can just be easily just cut. There we go. All right, so we have that. You know what? I'm going to trim this. Like I say, this is that Baker's Twine, the Parakeet Party one. And then let's go ahead and put our Trick or Treat. Just going to put that underneath there. And I'm just going to come with our glue. We don't need it popped up. Just like that. We're just going to let that sit for a second. Now, what we could do too is we can also, we could embellish this. We could put stars, more stars around. But I have this, and this is funny. This is a granny apple. It's a tissue. And I would put some treats in there, right? So let's just go and stick that down. Isn't that fun? And you know what? I think because I'm going to come in with these dots. These are the Glossy Dots. And I think I'll use the purple. Of course I will. Let's go ahead and put that. Whoops, we don't want that there because that's going to affect the dancing, right? The dancing feet. Oops. Let's go there. And let's just put a little one right up here. So we can fill that and see how it's going to move. It dances. Fun, right? Okay, so like I say, I made this kind of starry. I could have done it with more black. I could have done it where we could have done it any color. I tried the purple on there. It kind of looked cute, but I love those dancing feet. So like I say, the class is going to do it with gnomes this weekend. So, all right. So I hope you enjoyed that. Make sure, give me the thumbs up. Make sure you share my video. I really do appreciate that. That's the best form of a compliment that you can give me, is to share my video. Also, don't forget, this is a mystery challenge. So a mystery challenge, it doesn't necessarily have to be a card. It can be anything. You were thinking Christmas. Oh, you could do it for Easter. You could do it for anything. Oh my goodness. Yeah. The only thing is now with this, if you don't have this particular die, if you had a circle that was maybe a 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch, it could possibly work as well. But isn't that fun? What a fun card. I know I'm going to end up playing with it a good portion of the time. So don't forget, awesome. So don't forget to enter into the on my Facebook page, and it would be Mystery Challenge. And that way, if you live in Canada, like I said before, you could win. You, I'm doing a draw, like in my mystery and my sketch challenge. You could win a stamp set if you live in Canada, and if you live outside of Canada, you could get a tutorial. And I have a really nice tutorial that's there. So, in any event, Wednesday. Tomorrow is my Now What series. I'll show you something a little bit different, another sort of treat bag, but it'll be a Christmas treat bag this time. I'm excited. This will be my first time back for a face-to-face class. So I've got a couple people coming tomorrow and on Friday, and then my regular in-person classes or to-go classes will be starting up in October. In any event, you guys have a great, great day. Don't forget, remember to create because it's great for the soul. So have a great day. Bye for now.